Hey everybody, I want to tell you something. In the news, update for Saturday part 2, or I guess you could say early release on Sunday. I want to tell you I am very upset and appalled and really hurt at all at the same time as to what took place last night in Charlottesville, Virginia. It was a parade that I do believe was staged to cause martial law to be invoked in this country. And, this smells like a Joe Sarno's kind of job, because we see the hired hands coming in that were paid to do these riots that happen. We know that over 20 people were injured due to the riots of the white supremacist groups that came through there. And we know that 4 or 5 people were killed. Yeah, at this event in Virginia. National Guard, to the point it was so bad the police couldn't handle it. National Guard had to be called on as a state of emergency was declared, not in the whole state of Virginia, but just in Charlottesville. So I want to make that clear. That wasn't the whole Virginia. That was only in Charlottesville. So they had to go there to get order. It was near the Virginia University, not VCU, but Virginia University, which is in Charlottesville. The parade was, I believe these were paid hired hands that came in there to disface, and disfigure or destroy property. Because Charlottesville is, even though it's a small town of about 45 to 50,000 people that live there, that's a lot of people, but it's small. And even though it's small, that town is loaded with history. It's got tons of history, statues, buildings that were there since America was forged. It's like a bedrock of our state where a lot of things happened, in Charlottesville. And if you know your history, you know that. And a lot of people do. But these people that went out here fighting, I don't think they knew their history. And I don't even think these people, even though they say they're Americans, were real Americans. Because if they were, they wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have done any of this stuff. They wouldn't have worked for somebody to cause mayhem and riots to the point where 5 people were killed and over 20 people were injured. That's ridiculous. It's really wrong. I mean, this, a lot of people are at the point of having a civil war right now. Because of what has happened in the Southeast, this could trigger a civil war. I mean, people are very close to the breaking point. And these people that are being paid by Joe Soros to do these mayhems, because there's people that really in the government, in the coup, that really want this to break out. And that's why they go to these protests and cause mayhem, so that hopefully this will happen. Because there's people that want this to happen, so they can have dismantling of America, so they can take it over. They can buy up everything on pennies on the dollar. It's just like the beast system, or the beast system is here, people. Like Dabu 7 was talking about. It's here. I mean, 2020, I think, like I said in my video, and I think Dabu 7 agrees with me, is right. It's going to happen in 2020. I believe so. That's when it fully will take place. So you got a little time to invest your money into digital currency and silver and gold. I would really put it more in silver and gold, because once the dollar crashes, that's going to be the new currency. It's going to be silver and gold, where you can barter with that, or it's going to be digital currency. That's the newest thing. It's going to mean your money that you have, kids, the shields, your money will be worthless. Okay. That money will not have no worth or value, because that money will be just a piece of paper. Practically the money you carry around only has a worth if people continue to give it worth or value, because it's not backed by gold or silver anymore. So therefore, it's only valuable if people still continue to use it as tender to give it some value. So a dollar is what they say it is worth. Does not mean it will always be worth that. And that's why you need to invest in silver and gold and other precious metals that you can barter against and cut little slabs off to give to people for things. You need to have a little thing to cut your gold so you can give it to people for products and services and goods when the money does crash. Because the government's going to come and break down people's doors like they did in England. When they went over from the tie system to the money system. And this is going to happen in the next couple of years. This is me prophesying. But that's where they really are going, to digital currency. I mean, why do you think Goldman Sachs wants to have patents on this? Because that's the next wave, what they're going to go into. Money worldwide will be digital. You will not have currency anymore. It'll be all some type of digital currency. And if you're not in that, then you're going to lose everything you have. So this money, when they collapse this dollar, your dollars will become worthless. So if you have dollars right now, if you have money saved away, if you're a federal agent or you're a soldier and you got paid for doing things under the table, people give you payouts, the government or whatever, a lot of people get that like me, you need to go and invest a lot of that in gold and silver. And get with a worthy broker, who you can trust. Someone that's been in the business for a long time. Don't go with just something you see out there. You need to do some research on it. That way you know that they're legit and they have the gold to back your money. So when you want your gold, you can take it out of their safety vault, and you can have it in your possession to use readily when you need it, when the time comes. So you need to really check in, do some homework on that. I would invest that money you have hidden or stashed away right now in a mattress or in a vault. Anybody. I don't care if you're in the mob. Well, whoever you are, you need to turn it into gold and silver. Hopefully you're not the mob, but anybody, you need to invest your money. Because if you're federal agents, I know you all get money under the table for doing certain things, sometimes bounties and things. You need to invest that money in gold and silver. I'm trying to help you out. That's all I ever do. So help me out. Send some money to me so I can do that too. Donate. Like our videos on YouTube and Facebook. Tell people about us, the ministry here at New Hunter Church of Christ and the Silva's Media. Buy our cleaners and services. Use us, IT work, experienced, clearances, and also certifications and certified specialized stations. Check me out. I've been doing this for over 27 years. I could teach this stuff, but I'd rather really do the work. It's more fun to do the work than sit in a classroom and teach it to a bunch of students. But let me tell you something. I think that, I'm not trying to scare people, but really this is the truth. It is scary. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's not really scary if you prepare yourself for the next new wave of financial currency. It's all going to go to cryptocurrency of some kind. So you need to be aware of that. Invest your money in silver and gold right now until that goes online. Because once it does go online, you can invest it into that, and your money won't be sacred, but they'll be able to see everything you're doing because that's what the government wants to do. So no one will be able to hide money anymore like they can do now. Because once that money is collapsed, all the money you have will be in crypto, so they'll be able to see everything you have, which sucks. But that's what they're going to, because they know right now they can't track everything you have. They can only track what you put in the bank. What you keep out of the bank in a safe in your apartment or house or wherever it is, they can't see that because it's not really in the bank. They can't count it. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, folks. So please, invest in your money. And just like the statues downtown, they're fighting about all the statues. Robert E. Lee, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, all these statues, these things they want to deface. And I agree with Teresa. They need to leave all that stuff alone because the Confederacy is history. It's Americana. And real Americans shouldn't be fighting against things that are of history. When we start tearing up statues and start saying we don't need them anymore, then America will not be America anymore. Because when you take away history from any country, it loses its identity and it falls apart and chaos ensues. And chaos is what the ending result is. And that's where lots of people die. And so we need to think about our history because that's what shows a part of where we came from and where we are today and where we're going in the future. And hopefully we learn from this history so we don't repeat it again. But a lot of stuff I see that we are repeating. So, we need to think about this stuff, folks. The choices we make, the decisions that we do, the people that we hang around and associate with, all this stuff matters. Okay? It's very important. I mean, You know, I love you. I love you guys. I love everybody. You know, we need to get along. We need to work together. Stop all this crazy stuff. You know, we need to find out why these white supremacists did what they did, and all those people that were involved in that should be arrested. Because that was wrong, what they did to that town of Charlottesville. It would be wrong if they did it here in Mechanicsville or anywhere. I'm outraged. It upsets me. And it hurts me to see things like this going on in America that should not be going on. Anywhere. Not even if it's here in America. Anywhere in the world. This is crazy stuff. We should be better people than that. Think about it. Michael Silva's in the news update.